You have like a friend in a friend zone that'll buy you dinners.
I do.
But then like you hit up like this other dude when you want to get railed. Yeah. Is that how it goes?
It's exactly how it goes.
My brothers, in the book of Thotoladians, section Cheek Slang Prometheans, verse 444, it states, whenever a girl says, baby, you're my world, just understand that there are 8 other planets.
8 other planets.
So today, what we're gonna be talking about is, are humans capable of staying in a monogamous relationship? And by definition of monogamous, it states involving marriage to one person at a time, having a sexual relationship with only one partner at a time. And today, we are going to bring out the big guns. I even brought in a sociologist to break this down for us.
I think we've evolved what I call a dual human reproductive strategy.
Dual human reproductive strategy.
And we tend to be an animal that, a creature that forms a pair bond for a period of time, breaks that pair bond, and forms a new pair bond. Serial monogamy and clandestine adultery. I think we've evolved these 3 distinctly different brain systems for mating and reproduction: sex drive, feelings of intense romantic love, and feelings of deep attachment. They're often connected to each other. You can fall in love with somebody, it drives up the dopamine system, triggers the testosterone system, and all of a sudden, they're the sexiest person in the whole world. But they're not always well connected.
Open your eyes.
You can lie in bed at night and feel deep attachment for one person, and then swing wildly into feelings of intense romantic love for somebody else, and then swing wildly into feeling the sex drive for somebody who you've barely ever met, which made me wonder whether millions of years ago there was something adaptive about having a partnership with one person and raising your babies and having extra relationships with other people.
In the study of human biology and throughout animal evolution, we humans, being in a committed relationship, so-called monogamous, it is not our natural state of being. Why do you guys think there are infidelity and cheating in relationships? Even though people say cheating is wrong, it's absolutely blasphemous. But if you guys look here, upwards of 40% of married couples are impacted by infidelity. Have you guys ever talked to a girl and she disappeared for a few months? Those past few months, what do you guys think she was doing? At home playing checkers and reading the Bible?
Fuck no, baby.
I was just out sucking some dicks.
I was just out sucking some dicks.
And she was probably getting her guts dug out. And let me put this into perspective. Why do you guys think Melinda Gates left Bill Gates? Even though Bill Gates was a billionaire, why do you guys think J-Lo and Alex Rodriguez got a divorce? Why did Kim left Kanye? Why did Tristan Thompson left Chloe? Because us humans, we are not built for monogamy. Monogamous is structured. Let me say that again. Monogamy is structured, not our natural state of being. I'll go further in depth in a second, but I want you guys to look at this dating profile here. This woman says, I'm married, getting a divorce. Just thought I'd put that out there. So let's conduct a CSI, a cheek slang investigation. So the $1 million question here, what I wanted to know, was this woman really going to get a divorce with her husband and put herself back on the dating market? And there's only one way to find out. But first, let's look at her dating profile. She has tattoos.
The fuck is that?
And that should be a red flag. And then I continue to carry on with my next move. Then I message her. Hey, I'm Ray. Nice to meet you. What do you like doing in your spare time? And for the first time, for the God of me, I was really hoping she did not respond. And shook. she would respond back to saying, nice to meet you. I don't have certain things I like to do. I really go day by day, whatever comes to mind. So let's compute this in the language of the womanese.
She belongs to the streets.
So the fact that she responded back to my message, this means she's with the shits. In the back of my mind, to translate this in the language of the womanese, my husband or ex-husband, I'm really glad that she was being honest with us. Let's be honest, not a lot of women are gonna tell you this in their dating profile. So shout outs to her. So this tells me that her husband is not satisfying aspects of her hypergamy, and most importantly, not satisfying her needs. Because look here, she's at the age of 31, and the main causes of divorce and infidelity, cheating, is she ain't getting her guts dug out. She ain't she's not busting. So she is going to look for somebody else who can provide that for her. That's why there's this term, she's never yours, it's just your turn. If she can't find it in you, she's gonna find it in somebody else.
I don't want to see you anymore.
What?
I'm horny.
Great.
You aren't there for me.
No. Please. Please don't say that. I know I've been selfish, but I can better. Look, you see? You know what this is? You know what I want for us?
There's someone else. I f*** with someone else.
My first love broke my heart for the first time.
Women are always looking for the bigger and better deal. Now, let me put this in perspective to you guys. You can be absolutely be in a healthy relationship with somebody. The relationship is good. But we're always going to have that desire to try something new and be with somebody else. And let me put this in perspective again.
Why do people who often have been faithful for decades one day cross a line they never thought they would cross? What's at stake? And one of the great discoveries and surprises in my research for the state of affairs was to notice that people would come and say, I love my partner, I'm having an affair. That sometimes people, even in satisfying relationships, also stray. And they don't stray because they are rejecting their relationship or because they are reacting to their relationship, but they often stray not because they want to find another person, but because they want to reconnect with a different version of themselves. It isn't so much that they want to leave the person that they are with, as much as sometimes they want to leave the person that they have themselves become. The more parts of yourself you can bring into a relationship, the less likely you may then be to go looking for the lost parts elsewhere. And that's when I began to say, even people in happy relationships cheat as well. It isn't always about the other or about the relationship. At the heart of affairs, you will find betrayal and lying and deception and loss, but you will also find yearning and longing and self-discovery and exploration. And it is those two experiences that make this most complex conundrum of infidelity. What it did to you and what it meant for me.
And fellas, let's be honest here. Depending on one person for our happiness, our emotional wants and needs is damn near impossible. Because as human creatures, we have so many desires and wants. To take this up another level, if you look at the divorce rate in Canada, it is at 40%. And if you look at the divorce rates in America, it's at a 50%. And let's put this in perspective. If I were to say, everybody, let's go on a field trip. We're going to go on a cheek-slamming demolition and we're going to board this Flight 22 cheek-slaying aircraft. Move in!
Target acquired.
Mark the grid with the Latina with the big voluptuous tits.
Target acquired. Target acquired. Target neutralized.
I ain't never seen this in my life.
Target approaching from the east.
The grid has been marked. 580 west. black don't crack, slim, thick, cinnamon apple. Bruh, slow motion for me real quick.
Target's acquired.
Ass quiet, boy.
Target neutralized.
Everybody's gonna be like, oh yeah, let's go, cheek slam and demolition. But here's the catch. Flight 22 has a 50% chance of getting blown into smithereens. Would you want to aboard the cheek-slanged Flight 22 aircraft? If you ask me, fuck no. My ass is taking the bus, the train, I'll rollerblade there if I have to. That's how I view marriage, because marriage is like a goddamn slaughterhouse for men and it has no benefits.
Like, as humans, we have so many different needs and pleasures that we need to, you know, do for ourselves. And I don't know, I just thought it was really interesting.
To find somebody to satisfy 100% of your wants and needs is ridiculous. It is slim to none. And let's hypothetically put it this way. Let's say person X. This guy, when he's with that girl, the connection is great. There's a spark. The vibe is there. The conversation is smooth. The connection is just on point. But when it comes to the bedroom, he just can't finish her off. He can't dig her guts out. And to any girl who says sex is not that important, that is the biggest piece of bullshit. The biggest steaming, smelly crap. Because that is the reason why marriages end up in 40% of infidelity, because of that. And I'm going to tell you from my own experience that got me to awaken to the red pill. So, at the time, this girl had been talking to this guy for 10 years. And she hits me up. And at that time, I did not know she had a boyfriend. And she would just come over on the weekends, hang out, and I would just blow her back out. I did not give her any attention. Until finally she told me she has been in a relationship with this guy for 10 years. He does everything right. He's outgoing. He's fun. He treats her like a queen. But he was just not digging out her guts. Women need to bust. This is why it's so important for you guys to perform in the bedroom. Come here. And I started kissing her. Then I grabbed the ass cheeks. I set the mood. And she's like, oh my God, I usually don't do this on the first date. And I'd be like, this ain't my final form. I take my hand like this, give her the old spotty, and I stick it down her pants.
And start going like this.
It's about the bust. My finger it's about the bust.
Oh my God, it feels so good.
Perfect.
So let's hypothetically say, man, you throw down in the bedroom, you're digging her guts out. But when it comes to the connection, the vibe, it's not there. She's going to find it in somebody else. And this woman breaks it down perfectly.
But why would a woman be adulterous? A lot of people think that they're not as adulterous, but every time there's a man sleeping around, he's generally sleeping around with a woman. So you got to explain women too. What would a woman have gotten if she's had a partner 1 million years ago and 2 children? She slips over the hill and has sex with another man. Well, she'll get extra goods and resources, extra meat, extra protection. If her husband gets injured and dies, one of these extra lovers might come in and help her with her children, even think some of those children are his. It's an insurance policy.
Did you guys catch that? She said insurance policy. So the first reason why people will get into monogamous relationships. First of all, monogamy and marriage is an insurance policy for a woman's depreciating asset. Let me explain. So a woman's SMV is determined by her looks and her beauty. But as she gets older, her face starts to droop, her boob starts to sag. So her SMV starts to decline. So therefore, she needs to lock down a beta male. And that beta male is going to be her life support. A perfect example of this is Brittany Jenner. She finessed the system. PJ Washington. is now paying her $200,000 a month for child support. She finessed him. And a lot of marriage men can contest to this. At the beginning, with their wives, she was so outgoing. She would suck him dry. Everything was smooth. And once he got married to her, she completely changed. The sex stops. She starts acting like a bitch because she got her insurance policy where she no longer needs to be feminine and submissive, and she lets herself loose. She gets fat. And the second reason why she will get into, people will get into a monogamous relationship. So the thing is, the male, he or her has no alternative options. Because think about it. If the male does not have any options, he's in a scarcity mindset. So therefore, he needs to lock her down because that is the best girl he can do. He's in a scarcity mindset because options is currency to a man. A woman will treat you like a king when she knows you can or will leave. And that is going to be the beta. Think about it. Do you ever think Drake, Leonardo DiCaprio will ever settle down? Because these men have options. And not the average guy is going to have that. And the third reason why people will settle for monogamous relationships is you guys found that girl that hold it down since day one. If you guys haven't watched the video Signs of a Quality Woman, click right here. I like to call these girls alphas because they are unicorns. So you guys come together. You guys help each other out. And the reason why you guys stay together because you guys want to raise kids and raise offsprings together. Because let's be honest, it's scientifically proven that the kid will have a better function of life if the mother and father is present in their lives. So fellas, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.